Your love's like a battery charging my heart right now. And oh, you left all the things you had, but not just found. And I know you had to go, but left me not to know. Like a snake's target stung, but I had to show.
I got the Twitter questions.
Any serious ones on it?
Do you know what? Fair play. Like some of the Twitter questions we get, we never ask because they're a bit stupid. Like, but to be fair, like, it's been fairly sensible.
They probably come from Cairo. They do. They're not Langaina ones.
So, who's Josh that's messaged me on Twitter then?
Josh.
He was asking when the pod will be out.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, we haven't done it yet. We're going tonight." And he said, "Make sure you bring a charger. You'll be there all night."
That's right. Josh Peters, isn't it?
Here's a photo there.
Take probably.
Yeah, it's Josh Peters.
Oh, brilliant.
Cheesy, yeah, is yeah.
Why? We were saying this to Willow when we went to see Liam Williams. There's some people you say, "Oh, we're going to go and see this guy today," and you get the odd question in. Like I think you and Willow have got to be the most activity we've had on Twitter when we've said, "Oh, we're going to go and see him." Why is that?
I don't know.
Got a reputation.
I'd like to think I'm popular, but maybe not the case. I don't know.
I thought I'd start with a couple of the Twitter questions actually. So. And most of them, like I say, they are pretty sensible, right? So, like, most and least memorable games as a manager.
Most memorable and least memorable.
Yeah.
Least memorable is quite easy. We playing up Astrid Manac, you know, on the 3G up there, the facility, against Nelson Cavaliers. It was in my first season here, and I think we were about 7 losses on the bounce.
Yeah.
We went up to Nelson. It was end to end. It was like we went 2-1 up, they went 3-2 up, 3-all. We went 4-3, and then they beat us 5-4, sort of in injury time.
I knew you were going to say injury time.
And it was like, I don't know. It was the worst I've ever felt after a game. I just thought this is hard, you know. And
so was that's 7 or 8 losses on the bounce then?
Oh yeah. I think I went 10.
Did you?
Yeah, I think in the first season. But I signed Will Jones from Pencoed. Yeah. And then we started picking up points. Funny enough, the reason was because the guy who's helped me get ranked Olstead, his mother passed away. And as thingy as it sounds, that gave us a bit of a motivation, do you know what I mean? To win it for him. Yeah. So we went to Fairwater, a bogey side for us, basically. And we turned them over, you know, it was like 2 or 3 days after she died.
Right.
And then from there, that was Will's first game. From there, we went on a run then.
That's a tough place to
and we were fairly safe in the end, do you know what I mean? Yeah. But at one point, you're looking over your shoulder, do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. That's where my home club, Lanrunny, is at the moment, looking over shoulders. I'm confident we're going to be all right, but it's scary when you're in it.
It's a tough place to be, I know, yeah. Do you know, I don't like losing 2 games on a bounce. You start, you know, thinking, what can I do by here to change it? But sometimes, all you need is a bit of luck.
Yeah, in that moment, like you say, that sort of, that break. So what was the most memorable?
Most memorable, I'd probably say Margam up at Dos last season when we got promoted.
Right.
We hadn't sealed the title then. It was just, that was guaranteed promotion. Yeah. After the first season, second season we got better, and that was obviously...
Yeah, because that's the aim, innit? If you can great, but the aim is get promoted.
And the run we put together, I think it was the last 14 games, you know, when we were like looking up, we were so many games behind, you know, like Tata and Kyra were sort of basically thinking we're going to slip up, hoping we're going to slip up. Do you know what I mean? So it sort of felt pressure every game.
Yeah.
But we got to the Margam game, and the relief after that was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then we had Holton Road and Grange to seal the title, and we did.
Where'd you play Grange? Here or down there?
Up there. On the
never easy.
last.
Grange Albion.
Oh, we went 1-0 down as well.
Yeah, it's never easy going down
We
there.
went 1-0 down. My centre half, who'd had an amazing season, Kyle Lewis. He thought the ball had gone out to the touchline,
Right.
and he was in the box. So the boy crossed. He bent down, picked it up.
You need that, do you?
And and I just thought, is it going to be one of them days?
Yeah.
So we went 1-0 down, and then Jensen got us back half time, 1-1, and then we ran away with the second half.
Yeah. I think some of the Pencrow players were there watching, actually.
Probably, I think all of them.
You've got a recollection of that. haven't you?
Yeah. Is it Club Peldroid? They were there filming.
Oh, were they?
There's a few clips. Yeah, they were there. I was
good
that.
at
That was memorable, but I think because of the promotion,
Yeah.
the relief, that was the first step.
Yeah, it takes the pressure off. The trophy's nice, but promotion's what you set out for, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what about your first game in charge then? Because that's another Twitter question. You've played our near neighbours, Llanrumney Athletic. Your first game, is that right?
Oh yeah, in a friendly.
So
nothing friendly.
that's turned out in an interesting way, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's to be honest, I think it was actually my first friendly.
Yeah, that's what one of the guys said on Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah, and we went down there, and they were. You could see it was back and forth, 1-0, 1-1, 2-1. You know, it was back and forth. They had a couple of good players, to be fair.
Yeah.
And we were a mixed bag because of holidays and all that. But we had a lot of youngsters.
Right.
So it was close to the end of the game. I think we were losing by 1 goal, and there's a boy who plays here, Jack Davis. He's a goalkeeper originally, but he's a very good outfield player as well. So he was playing out, playing centre half, tall centre forward with this colour guy with big afro.
Right.
Be wrestling on the floor, and as he was holding him, another one come in and kicked Jack in the head.
Right.
And he split his head open, and well, things got a bit
Kicked
tasty
off
after that. It's the calmest I've ever been in a fight. I just walked over, and I was like walking him down, and I eventually got to him, and then I turned around, I'm on my own. You know what I mean? Well, I went on my own.
Where was the game? At the university fields, or was it up at the
it was on the grass up by university.
Okay.
Behind the pitch behind the 3G.
Yeah,
the original 3G.
Yeah,
it was on there.
That's part of Cardiff City's academy now.
Yeah.
That pitch, but
That's right. We was down there not so long ago against Cosmos, but yeah, it got a bit nasty. But to be fair, you know, they backed down.
So that was your first game in a friendly. You've then gone 10 games in a row losing.
No,
Did you question at any point, like,
why am I doing
what the fuck have I got into this for?
Do you know, all right, it was mad because when I took over, it was a couple of players putting stuff on social media. Oh, we'll go up now, we'll win the league and all that. The club has always sort of been like that.
Yeah.
You know, but after 6 weeks, I thought this is going to take a bit of building. This is, you know, there's some players who were good enough.
Yeah.
But they didn't have the minerals, if you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? They don't want it enough.
See, you're quite good at signing players, aren't you?
Very good, yeah.
So, what's the secret? And you can tell us, and then we'll clip it out if you want, right? So no one else knows. But what's the secret of signing players nowadays? Because we used to be quite tidy at it, right? But our thing was that we're never going to lie to you. We're going to tell you where you'll sit in the squad, blah, blah, blah. And by and large, people would respect the honesty of it, of not just blowing smoke up their arse, right? But this lot nowadays, they're like a different species. So how do you do it? Because you've got some cracking players here now. You've signed some cracking players here over the years. What's the secret like?
I don't know, I'm honest with them. I don't bullshit them to get them here, you know. A big thing is the social side.
I'm glad you said that, because it's been suggested to me that you're a bit of a social beast, so...
I'm not,
that you can sort of drive that, do you know what I mean?
I jumped on that from the first moment I come here. The first time I had him out there on the field, I said, if I can tap into that social side and sort of put that enthusiasm onto the football pitch, you're going to have something good. Like, because the social side here is unbelievable. You have them coming from all the valleys around here. Yeah, and it's bouncing at times, especially in the summer. So that helps. Yeah. Has helped with 1 or 2 players. Yeah.
But I suppose it keeps them here as well, does it?
Yeah. Well, some of them, like I signed Tom Wagger from the Garo. He come in and he's a social animal now. Yeah. He's one of the main ones that, you know, he's always out. But you know, you get drawn into it, and we have a court after every game and stuff, and it's brilliant, and it brought them together. Yeah.
Did they buy into that straight away?
Most of them, yeah. I'd say that's good. You know, not every player. I used the social side to get in. Other ones, it's like the first season. It took me till Will Jones, till I was probably about 10 games deep in the season then, and he came because he wasn't being played over pen code. Yeah. And he's a very good player. Yeah. He's my captain now. So I got him in, and other people start thinking, Will's gone, there's got to be something. And Will is a brilliant trainer. He's the best trainer in the club. He don't miss a session or anything, and I'm a big one for training twice a week. Yeah. So Will come in, and he sort of jumped on that with me. And then training started improving. I hardly signed anyone in the first season. It was tough. Yeah. It was tough to bring them in and even youngsters, because of the social side, you have youngsters, their fathers tell them they're all pissheads down there, you know, so you don't want to go down there, which isn't true. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I've had that. That's come back to me a few times.
We said though, when we were on the social, we talked about it a couple of times. We talked to Willow with the Drax, we spoke about Lambton Major where I was before. The social aspect comes up quite often. The clubs that have got the social aspect and have got players who want to play for the club and stay and support are the ones who stay together longer and get success.
Oh, 100%.
Rather than we talked about the young kids these days who just want to turn up, put their kit on, won't even have a shower after the game and fuck off.
Yeah, and like I said, in that first season, it took me a while to sort of grasp the young generation now. Yeah. How to talk to them and how to sort of try and entice them.
I had no idea. I finished because of that.
If you've cracked that, right, we'll hang around and we'll write a fucking book together and we'll make a fortune. Because if you've cracked that nut, you are laughing.
I've done all right with the youngsters, to be fair. And I think after the first season, obviously second season then, things started progressing, got a couple more players in, good players. Yeah. And they could see then our 11 was stronger, passed boys down to the second team got stronger, so the sort of whole environment was improving slowly. And I've always, like with training, I planned training, everything, you know. And I weren't just going out signing players here, there and everywhere. I made sure I got a player to come in, and I knew their character would fit in with the social side, and B, with me. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So that was a big thing. Yeah. You know, it's no point bringing players in, you know, willy-nilly, and you know, we've got boys on the bench moaning every week, and you get that anyway.
Some don't moan, do they?
You get that anyway, but what I mean is if you've got a competitive squad, the boys on the bench sometimes, I just tell them, you got to be realistic. Yeah. You got to wait for your chance. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
There's not much of that about, is there?
No, it's not. It's not. They're impatient, aren't they, youngsters? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But I also say to youngsters, you got to find a club, make your name, and then move on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm not the first person to say that.
Kev said it, didn't he?
Yeah, you got to.
Kevin Davis at Aberdeen was saying that it was his first summer as a first team manager this year up at Aberdeen. He was saying, he said there's players who haven't played 40 games
I know.
asking for 50 quid.
I
He says it blew his mind. See?
had bang average players asking me for 50 quid strikers, who were probably A, past their best, and B, probably no good for the side I got now.
Yeah.
And they're asking for 50 quid a game. It's ridiculous. And unfortunately,
It seems to have got more since we started, didn't it? But when we started in managing and coaching and that, so we were across the Ceiliog, Division 2, we were top 6, then top 4, just missed promotion in the second season, of Division 2 of the Welsh League with no budget. And we weren't the only ones with no, so it was like half of Division 2 would be paying and half wouldn't. And then in Division 3, there might be 4 or 5 clubs paying and the rest wouldn't. Now, like, it's people in shelling out big money, I know, like.
underneath us as well. In the league, we've just won.
That's it, yeah, absolutely.
And
so it just seems to be more people now, and there's my thing, like there's a lad in your league, I won't name him, but he's on 100 a game, right? And my thing is always, that's Chris Summers' money, £100 a game.
There's a striker.
That's Chris Summers' level money. What do you mean? I know inflation
What a
means
player
it's
he
probably
was,
not like, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's just
Totally agree.
bizarre.
Yeah, we didn't have it at Crossy. We didn't have it at Lamworth, but got accused of it every week.
Yeah,
Because we
He
played
was a Landrun as well, was
at
he?
Newport Stadium. Yeah, we were at Lamworth together.
Because that's basically Newport City now, isn't it?
Yeah, so it changed to Newport City about a year after we left. I think they had one more season as well.
I probably played against them when you were there, Landrun.
Who would you have been with them?
I was with Kyra then. I remember we played midweek game down on Newport Stadium.
No, we never managed against Kyra.
No.
The only time I ever played against Kyra was with Taftswell's reserve team back in the day, back in the
The amateur league, I was, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've been there because we played
Garu.
Was it Garu there? Was it?
What I talk about with our referee.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, we pulled his hamstring. Yeah.
Well, the ref did.
Yeah, he turned up with a pulled hamstring. Yeah.
Turned up.
Yeah,
He got his money and then...
Old fella with fingerless gloves turned up, pulled his hamstring, and when I went over to talk to him, as I was doing all of them, he said, I've always reffed higher up, I've never reffed you little teams like Lanramney. I walked over to Gareth and I went, I'll get sent off today. I was.
He didn't leave the centre circle.
You get him. I come here as a assistant manager first.
Yeah. What attracted you to that then after? Because we'll get to your playing now, but what when you were sort of coming to the end of playing made you think you want to do this?
At first, obviously I coached my son. I coached here with the kids.
Yeah.
And I moved on to Penabont Academy with Paul Wiseman.
Yes.
So I done Penabont Academy with Wisey. I was a good laugh. It was a bit of old school.
Was it?
Old school in the new gen, if you know what I mean. Me and Wisey.
How'd they take to that?
Well, it was all right because the academy hadn't been going long.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So me and Wisey basically doing them a favour going in for that
okay.
bit. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the coaching side of it.
Oh, did you?
Wisey was the number one.
Yeah.
And it was all right. We got to the academy final it was our last year. I think it was under 14s. Lost to a strong Bala side. So, up in Newtown, we done well that season. The season after then, I stepped down because I come here. And I was assistant manager here when this club had gone to the local football because money ruined the club.
What league was it in? Was it like Welsh League Division 2 or something?
They
dropped away, is that right?
Well, yeah, because we was, obviously with Cairo, we was rivals with them, with this club. So they were paying a lot of money out to players,
really?
a lot of money.
I was never aware of that.
And the arse fell out of it like it does.
Like it always does.
Like it always does.
Yeah.
They were had to rely on the youngsters you were then to play Welsh League football.
Now you're in a higher level, yeah.
So they basically dropped out the league and they ended up back in local football.
Right.
So I come here as assistant manager. We won the Bridgend League, which got us, and then we had a playoff. Won the playoff. come up to
How did you
the
find
league
the
we won
pressure of
last
that
year.
playoff? Because that's horrendous. You win the league and you're still not up.
It is. I
We
totally
were
agree with you.
We were
Totally
with
agree
Brian
with you.
James at Revelin last week, and they won the league last year and lost the playoff, so they're back in the same league this year.
I know, it's
The pressure must be huge. I've
Yeah.
never been involved in a game like that.
yeah. Who did we play? It was a Cardiff side, it was. We beat them comfortably. I was confident going into that game. I done that game on my own because Coach Sheehan, the manager, he was away on holiday, I think. So we went into it and I just thought we got a stronger side here. I
Okay.
knew a bit about the opposition.
Yeah.
And we won it comfortably in the end.
Right.
So yeah, but like you say, before you go into the
Yeah.
game,
Do you remember back in the old amateur league and senior league?
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
The amateur league champions and the senior league champions used to have to have a playoff, didn't they?
yeah, we never done that though when we
Horrendous.
won it.
That's horrendous. My mate used to manage Dennis Powis a long time ago. I think they lost the playoff final twice. So they had to win the league 3 times before they got up.
That's shit.
I remember, right, when I think I was at Gwynfi at the time, but Kenfigill won the amateur league
That's right.
and it didn't go up, something to do with their facilities.
Yeah, I think it was changed.
And they won the playoff, didn't they? I think they won the playoff and
It's
then,
a long time ago, but I got a feeling it
Yeah.
was something to do with changing.
yeah, it
rooms,
was. It
something
was like
that.
showers or something.
Yeah, porta
Like,
cabins.
yeah.
Or I might be.
I think it was when I remember, it was something to do with showers, like maybe a female, they didn't have a shower for a female ref.
Okay.
Or something like that, I don't
Right.
know, I might be wrong, but that was the reason they didn't go up. And, you know, that's tough, that is, especially after winning a playoff.
Yeah.
They were a good side. And then, when I dropped down to the amateur league, I got to be honest, right, I found the top division in the amateur league harder than Welsh League 3.
Yeah, I think that was true
the top-
until only a few years ago, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the top like 4 or 5 teams.
Yeah.
They were always very good. Like you mentioned, Stance, and obviously we were neck and neck with Tartar all the way up. You know, and we had some massive games against them.
Yeah.
And they were proper football matches.
Yeah.
And I mean proper football matches. And
Playing wise, where did you where was early days for you?
early days, I played local football for. We had a good side, Great Western Railway they were called.
Right.
It's like a railway canteen in Bridgend.
Mouthful, innit?
I know. GWR, or the canteen they called us.
Right.
They called us the canteen. It's basically British Rail, used to be British Rail, didn't it?
Right.
It's basically, it was their social club.
Oh, I see. Right.
So
okay.
we was based there. A guy I knew growing up, Andy Jones, who become a bit of a mentor for me, he started a Sunday League side.
Yeah.
So I was just having a kick about Sunday League. You know, I was more into rugby then.
Yeah.
So he asked me to played Sunday League, changed it to Saturday, and I thought there's a good bunch of boys, yeah, I'm going to play football.
Yeah.
So I went from there, and I started realising, I'm pretty decent at this level.
Yeah.
And then I played, I can't remember the season, I played about 6 seasons there. And I just waited for us to win a cup. We were always runners up, lost in like 2 or 3 cup finals. Runners up in the league, and every team that won that league would go up the next
again.
league. Yeah, that's how strong it used to be, the Bridgend League.
Yeah.
And one year we won the Open Cup down in Bridgend Town, Old Ground.
Yeah.
And I thought, it's time to move on now. There was all, I like Brintirian at the time. It was talk of me going there.
Okay. Where were they? Where were they back then?
They were like probably
rising up?
Welsh. They were probably Welsh 3 maybe.
They were a hell of a side when they were in a 3rd division.
Yeah.
Okay, now.
It was around that time.
Was that when was it Lee Badley played for them, the Cardiff City
Oh,
player?
that's right. Yeah.
Sure, he played for them, and there was a couple of players that used to play like Welsh Premier that were playing for them, like Amateur League and Division 3. I'm sure Lee Stevens played for him, didn't he?
Possibly, yeah.
Like Welsh Prem, centre forward, Paul Stevens.
Paul's boy.
They had some very good sides at the time, you know. And he was tempted, but I don't know. It's just it was Betos as well. Played pre-season friendly for them. Just didn't feel right.
Yeah.
And then one of the Caira lads who played for Caira approached me then about going to Gwynby in the Welsh League.
Oh, Jesus, you never went.
But at the time, at the time, they'd had their...
What a place.
They'd had, yeah, I know what. Go there in January.
I think you have.
But
Oh, God.
Cold and wet.
they were another team that went through all the leagues, you know.
Yeah, well, when I first come across them, they were in the first division.
Yeah, well, I went there sort of when you're on the way back down.
Right, okay.
We had some good players in our mind, but it was a good grounding for me to go there and play Welsh League football.
So what you weren't... This isn't the season where they were in the first division?
No, it was after that.
The first season I encountered them was with Dennis Powys, and they were in the first division, and I think they might have finished with minus points. It was that bad. They lost every single game, and I think they had points deducting as well.
They weren't with them.
Obviously they went down.
They went down, and they lost all the players. You know, the Cornetys and Menkins, Steve Jenkins. They were left. But I went there, and we still had one or two good players. And Jonathan Hood was playing for us. Who at the time was like 15, 16 he might have been. He was playing for us, you know. We were competitive. Oh yeah, he's been. I've known him since he was RI, you know.
Yeah.
Well, 15. He's about RI. But what a player. And, well, anyway, you could see the writing was on the wall. Yeah. So, Ryan McCluskey approached me from Caira and said, why don't you come down to the amateur league, play for Caira? Yeah. So I went, and I loved it from minute one. I just thought, these are my kind of people. Scott Cornetty was there. You had Ryan McCluskey was a manager, Steve Jenkins was still playing Manx. He was a bit of a mentor for me on the field and off the field.
Might have come up against you, Taswell's reserve team.
Yeah, that rings a bell having the team in it.
I tell you when it was, I don't know if it's the right year, but Rob Ellis was manager of the reserve team there, because he went on to have a couple of Welsh League jobs. Great guy Rob Ellis was. And he left to go and manage Pontlem Fryth, and the two youth team managers, so me and the guy that ran the 17s, ended up managing the amateur league team for a while. Yeah. And one of our games was Cairo away, so we probably came against you. A load of kids, talented kids, but load of kids. So we had a long day down at Cairo.
I can imagine, yeah.
Because I just remember your team being men, and it feeling like men against boys. Like.
Well, when I went there, we had a good side, right? Good enough to compete at the top. But injuries, one or two left to go back to the Welsh League. Yeah. But I stayed, and I'm glad I stayed because we ended up with Jonathan Hood, a lad, Kyle Morris, who got released by Cardiff, come back to us. And we had some sides, Scott Cornetty, Dean South. Do you remember Dean South? Yeah. He come in and played.
How long
even though he's old.
How long was he there?
He was getting on it. He was there 2 seasons.
Okay, I was going to say, because he must have been coming to...
Yeah, he was. It was the end.
Right, okay.
But...
they were his last seasons?
Yeah, he basically played as a target man, sent forward. And he was brilliant, I got to say. He's the cleverest, dirtiest player I've seen. Yeah. He's dirtiest, but he's clever, if you know what I mean. Yeah. I've never seen anyone get away with stuff he gets away with, you know. But he was a good player.
What would he do? I love these little
I just remember one game, gone up for a corner. I was up for corners, and he was like sort of making a blocking run in front of me, and I sort of overrun him, and all I could hear was like a twig snapping, like a snapping sound. Turn around, the lad's on the floor, you know, whoever's marking him. And Southie's like 10 yards away jogging off. So the ref stops the game, and he didn't see what happened, so he couldn't really do anything. They ended up in arms.
Ref, no linesman?
Nah.
Yeah, no linesman.
No linesman.
Ref, no linesman, you can get away with murder.
And as I ran past Southie, he said to me, "I done that." I said, "I know." But he was so clever, he would have made it look like a genuine challenge.
Right.
Did you ever...
them 2 years with him it was certainly a learning curve.
Ever have that video, remember videos? You have that video, Soccer's Hard Men, Vinnie Jones.
Yeah,
was
yeah,
on
I
it.
remember it.
Vinnie, he got in trouble for it.
Yeah, he did,
He got some
Funny
sort of
enough, I
ban.
was watching a clip from that the other
I,
day.
I used to have it. I used to love all the little stories of that, like just silly little things, like
there's so many
he'd,
over Kyra.
he'd sort of trample all over people's toes at corners on a freezing cold
Dennis
day.
Wise used to do it. Dennis Wise taught him that whole thing.
Yeah,
standing
oh,
on
he
people's
was
toes
an
and
irritant,
all
wasn't he?
those
Wise,
things.
he used to
Down the back
put
of the
hairs on the
and
back
all
of your
that
legs
stuff,
and all that.
and the picking them up when they're on the floor, but pulling their hairs and
clever.
stuff like that. Of course, I was about 10 watching this, thinking, "Wow, that's brilliant."
That's what the likes of the Connachtys and Dean South were like. Ryan McCluskey as well, when he played, he was a manager when I went there as a player.
Gives you the edge, doesn't it?
It does. It does, and it can be intimidating.
You climb up into the stand and fight you.
Yeah.
I've seen him do that once.
Steve,
Somebody was giving him abuse, and he was like, "I'm not having that." He climbed up into the stand and going.
Well, Steve come sort of when he'd finished in the Welsh League.
Yeah.
Scott was there. He was a captain when I first went there. He's an unbelievable player, Scott Conti, his brother. He could put him anywhere on a pitch, and he'd be 8, 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I thought Steve was fantastic.
He was as well. Amazing.
He was brilliant.
And we had Dale Price come back to us as well.
Yeah,
Dale.
what a player he was.
He's the best number 10 I've ever played with. By
Funny,
mile.
when I first encountered Dale, he was playing as a centre forward in youth football.
Yeah.
Then next time I saw him 3 years later, he was this dominating centre midfielder, or what they'd call today an 8.
A box to box.
4, 6, and 8,
And as you
10.
say, then later on he's gone a little bit further up.
Later on, he's gone to into a 10 role, but I think he scored 26 goals from midfield league in one season.
It don't surprise me.
And I was sort of.
honestly, I thought he was a machine.
He could have played a couple more years, but he had a bad illness. He did. So.
Oh, okay.
But what a player, you know.
Yeah.
Funny enough.
How long were you with Kyra playing then?
It was 8. I think it was 8 seasons.
I was going to say, because a lot of the questions we've had and that sort of thing, a lot of it's based around Kyra, and it says, a couple of lads said, why were you there so long? It was just, why was that? Was it just
for
loved it?
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Loved the people.
Yeah.
Our supporters were probably one of the best supported clubs in the pyramid,
But the Nigel story from down there?
There's two in there. I always found Kyra My Stay one of the worst places to go and play, because the supporters were so good in terms of how they supported you, but they were brutal with away teams. Like,
they were.
I don't have told you this before. When I went in with the Dracs,
Right.
and the seconds, I think the seconds game was off, and the goal down the clubhouse end, they'd opened the fire doors and they were having food, and they just.
Is it quite a big function room?
Yeah, it's
massive.
big, yeah.
So the doors would open to right.
They gave me shit.
Yeah, I thought I'd remember.
There's a big pavilion there as well.
They were giving me abuse all game, and in fairness, I took all of it because I had no choice. And then one of them came out and said something to me about fatty or something. And they were eating like sausage chip sandwiches, and I just turned around and said, "Any chance one of them boys?" And they just threw me a piece of bread and butter, and I thought, I picked it up and fucking ate it, didn't I? During the game, when they went, fair play, I thought there's only one way I was going to go.
I 8 seasons or whatever I was there. I think I played about close to 200 games. I think was it all in.
Yeah.
On about the food, I don't think I ever touched the food there once after a game. The boys made a joke of it, and he's saying, "You want any food, Sam?" And I say, "Nah, I don't eat bacteria and chips." I said, and it went that joke sort of went on for years. I couldn't eat after football. Straight after football.
Oh, really?
Even
I thought you were going to say like, one of the lads one week was puking, he was in hospital, so I wanted. But it was just you just don't get hungry after games.
No.
Right. Okay.
I did have food poisoning once, mind, and
Kyra?
Yeah, I think it was international rugby. We didn't have a game, so we went up there. I was up there. I can't remember if we had faggots or curry, faggots and peas or curry. Well, anyway, food poisoning kicked in a day or two later.
You sure it wasn't the 12 pints of Guinness you had that day?
I couldn't drink 12 pints then. I was 12 stone then. I couldn't drink 12 pints. I was a racing snake. But it was. They were great years. They were, and I got to say, the success of the club was because of what we had behind the scenes.
Right.
Common
theme,
They that's what I mean. They reference that. The thing you were saying there about STM Sports. I work with, do you know Nigel, who runs STM, or used to. I work with him, and he was saying something about they'd gone to Cairo for a game with STM, and that's two that's two communities you wouldn't think would get on. And he said that they had such a good time. They stayed so long.
They do, yeah.
They stayed so long at the clubhouse that they reciprocated, and then they were inviting them back the next year.
Well, and they invited him to their presentation night as well. No, they didn't go.
Yeah.
But they were like, oh lads, come on.
The presentation nights are something to behold. Honest to God, they're amazing. But we had the committee. We had two brothers, Mike and Paul Maguire. They were retired, so they'd be up there in a week painting. And
right.
We were. You had Ian Rees, Sarge, we called him. Right. He was his ex-military, and he was amazing. He was a secretary. You know, Neil Ball, a chairman, who was not your average chairman. He's not politically correct or anything, but these characters and the supporters, some of the old players, like Marco Ford, Chris Agas, we call him Chris Bones. He was amazing. They sort of gelled, and we were as close to them as we were to each other. Yeah. And I recently, Paul Maguire passed away last year. One of the brothers, and they were really close, Paul and Mike. I went to the funeral. I was sat there. I was a bit late, so I sat there next to people I didn't know. Yeah. And Ian Rees, the secretary, was doing the eulogy, and they said they were going through the Cairo, some of the funny stories about how he nicknamed him dirty years and things like that. And next line he said, oh, got to give a mention for his favourite player, Simon Livick, like. And I just thought, you know.
Favourite player?
Yeah, his favourite ever Cairo player, Simon Livick. And I'm like, everyone, I could just feel all these eyes looking at me. Yeah. And I was flattered, to be honest, you know. Yeah. I didn't expect it. And in a eulogy, but that's the sort of bond we had. Yeah. And the biggest one of all, Billy Radmore, which Stance talked about. Yeah, yeah, he did too. Billy Radmore passed away in COVID, and that was tragic because he couldn't have the funeral he deserved. Yeah. The Llinvi Valley would have...
Yeah, well, we were talking to Willow about when Alec Gray passed away. I mean, that was a huge day. So many people just desperate to come and show their respects to a great man, like. Yeah. And that's quite a few people that happened in COVID. Yeah. We had a grandparent who had to sit in twos in the funerals, you know what I mean? Which one of the nicest. And
it's quite sad because some of them characters I talked about, like Chris Agas, Chris Bones, he passed away not long after I finished. Paul has gone, Billy Radmore. And Billy used to do a quiz after every game. Right. It's the best quiz you'll ever go to, trust me.
Is it as good as Smithy's quiz on Gavin and Stacey?
It'd be like in between each round of questions, someone would get up and do a song, like, you know. Yeah. And it's brilliant. Like Ian Rees would sing his army songs.
Funny though, right? I love the culture differences. You try that in Cardiff, right? First of all, you try and run a quiz after the football match. You go, oh, shut up, they don't want to get involved.
Totally.
I think a lot of Cardiff, not all of them, but I think a lot of Cardiff clubs genuinely struggle with that bonding thing. Because it's like, no, I'm going clubbing tonight, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Whereas I think the guys that are outside of Cardiff, they either go in together or they just seem to bond better than the lads in Cardiff do. I don't know why that is. Because there are exceptions. Bridgend Street has had a good reputation for that over the years, and the Dracs at times have had, you know, pretty strong bonds in their players, and I'm sure there are other examples I can't think of. But like, I just think if there's one thing I wish I could have a Cardiff team with its talent sometimes and the facilities that they manage to get in Cardiff nowadays, but just chuck a bit of the
old school,
the sort of valley,
I know
community thing into
because
it.
Sort of the valley sides looking like, Cardiff teams, we know what they like. That's what you do every game. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
And they didn't like travelling. They don't like travelling up here, but sometimes they come up
It's
and they
so
would.
true, though. But it's so true, though.
It
right?
is true, yeah.
And especially the lower down the levels you go. It's like, when me and Rod first got involved with Llanrymney, and we were there with Ben Stitful when he was manager, and there were lads that would like, I can't play today for the firsts because they'd make up some reason.
Ah, no, I
and
get
then
it now.
they'd go and turn out for the thirds, and what it was, they just didn't want to travel.
Don't want to test themselves or travel.
And
yeah.
the other thing about lads in Llanrymney especially, anything north of...
Taftswell.
No, not even Taftswell. Anything north of the Corriton roundabout is the valleys, right?
So 2 or 3 of them shit their pants in one of the games.
Even if they were playing against Pencoed, right? That's basically just down the M4 and just off the
I can relate
M4, and they would class that as the valleys, and you're like, guys, it's probably fucking sea level, like Porth Call on the seaside.
yeah.
Was the valleys.
We'd have some. Remember when we played when I went back playing? So Greg played at Ponty's old ground.
Yeah.
Now bear in mind,
On Ansar Park, is it?
That's it.
bear in mind, it's anything out of park, right? So we're fighting for our lives trying to stay up. 2 of the better players didn't play at 2 o'clock on Anything Howard Park because they were going to a concert at 7:30.
Yeah.
Pontypridd, Cardiff.
I've had that with a rave, actually.
I know you've had it. I know you've had it.
Right, we played you in a friendly pre-season.
Oh,
when
yeah.
the entire fucking squad was at the Oasis
That's right.
gig.
That's
And
it,
stood
yeah,
on
yeah.
the touchline like that. What's the point of this then?
I know what you mean. One of the worst ones I had was we drew Cumbraen in the Welsh Cup away,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I fancied us,
Yeah.
but lo and behold, players sort of started telling me one by one, we're going to the Reading Festival.
Oh, yeah. They love a festival
Yeah,
like this
and
way, don't they?
yeah, and it was
Yeah.
sort of. I went up there with a scratch side.
Yeah.
A lot of the second team boys come in. We done well. I think it was 0-0 half time, and they scored 3 goals in the second half.
Yeah.
But you know, there's things like that really get under my skin.
How do you, because you haven't got to talk to you for long to realise that you fucking love this and you're passionate about it. How do you cope with that? Because it's the thing that makes me think, I don't think I can ever manage again, is that.
Yeah, I know.
Like, even, everyone knows what I think of the lads at Pencoed where I coach now, right? I think they're fucking brilliant lads. I could spend a week with them. I think they're brilliant guys, right? But they are fucking incapable of saying no to a fucking piss-up.
I know what you mean.
Incapable. And it's 5 or 6 of them at a time. Oh, we're going to so-and-so, and you're like, do you realise that's half the team, guys? Like, it just doesn't occur to them. They're like, oh yeah, but it's the boys, isn't this?
Yeah,
and they're like the best example of the best lads you could hope to coach. So some of the others that like, I just can't get my head around some of the reasons nowadays that are given for missing a game. And by the way, it doesn't matter if it's a league decider. They're having a weekend in Tenby. You're like, it's only a fucking hour away. Could you not come back for the game? Oh, no, she won't be happy with that.
you're taking the words right out of my mouth there. That is my biggest bugbear at the moment, more than cutting socks.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, you fucking started it.
My biggest bugbear, right, more than cutting socks, is players booking holidays, weekends away in season time.
Yeah.
That annoys me.
Yeah.
I can't deal with it. I can't.
I think it's got worse over the years for us, right? But the one I love is when you go, but you must have known we'd have games in October. Like, it was booked months ago.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the thing.
months ago we'd have games in
spot on,
October.
same, yeah.
My favourite one has got to be the missus booked it and I didn't know anything about it. And you're like, that did not happen, mate. It did not happen. Right? There's no way she booked it and surprise.
It's like, I coach under 15s, right? And I missed 2 games last year because I went on holiday. They lost both. My boy plays for him. He was adamant at the end of the season, you ain't going on holiday, you can't go on holiday. So I got holidays booked now, I'm going to crack off in a couple of weeks. I got to go Sunday to Wednesday because he will not allow me. He's just gone to New York with his mum. He's made her book the holiday, so he's back for football Saturday. Just that mentality of, no, you're not going. I won't let you go. My missus, I said to her, I said, forget it.
How old is he?
14.
You want to grow a pair of bollocks? You? Sam? Oh, my son said I can't go on holiday.
I'd still go. It's not up to him. I don't like missing games anyway.
No, I hate missing games.
No, we've always been the same, missing games, stuff like that. The thing with the kids in Cardiff, though, is the thing is you could do that, and then, like you've said before, you could go how many weeks without
16.
playing?
Last winter we played on his birthday, so 16th of November, and we went 16 Saturdays later was our next game of football, because it was just...
That's the problem. I mean, it's different.
Joke.
It's different in our leagues.
Yeah,
I think the pitches are generally better. Obviously, some of them still flood more than others.
Yeah,
but
I've noticed a major improvement in this division to last season.
Have you really?
With the pitches,
Oh,
like, you know.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, they're much better
Is
facilities.
it pitches or people's attitudes, though? Because one of the things I found, like this week, we were playing on Trelawney, and I'd said, I'd been the night before on the Friday, and I said to the coaches group, don't let them call the game off. Because if someone will go, it's off. I've been there Friday night, I've checked the pitch. I'll be there Saturday morning, 8:30 to check the pitch. Guy walked on the rugby field and went, this off. I said, the football pitches are fine over there. Oh yeah, but I said, go check the football pitches. We played. But some people's attitudes are very much a case of...
Oh, we had an incident this season when we played Sully in a cup, and the referee turned up late, right? So he's basically coming through the gate, bottom gate in Garrow, 5 minutes before kick-off. He's come through.
oh yeah, that was
And
you. I heard about that.
And he's marching around saying, I need sand for that, I need sand for that. It's a good job. We got a couple of bricklayers in the club. They were off getting bags of sand, buckets of sand, put it down. Oh, I'm not too sure. I think Sully wanted to call it off because they had a few boys missing,
Right.
and they didn't fancy it. Eventually the game went ahead.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that it was a bit of a farce, really.
I love that sand thing. There was one the other week, I don't know who it was, but same thing, referee said need sand there, sand there, sand there, sand there. And after it was still no go and the game was called
Yeah,
off. So
well, this was very close.
I'm just going to tell the people of Welsh football from someone who worked in the golf industry for 20 years. Unless you've got a ton, sand does fuck all, right?
Right, you're spot on there because the ref made the boys, and they were watching the game, basically.
Yeah.
My injured goalkeeper was a bricklayer, so he made him go again and do another run.
Yeah.
And I just thought, how are they going to get enough?
Yeah.
But luckily, they come back with a big industrial bag full of it. They're dragging it along the touchline. You know, and I got my players here on brushes and everything. And we're about to play a game of football.
The thing with that is that you're trying to change the consistency of the saturated soil.
It didn't do nothing.
And that's the problem. So it might allow a ball to roll over it, and it might mean that it's not a puddle anymore. But you stand on that is a broken ankle.
Massively.
How many times has that happened to Cumhammon Institute away, the far goal end, and how many times in that dip you've gone, ref, that's dangerous. We'll put some sand in it. Still dangerous.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I don't think sand does anything unless,
unless
unless you put a ton down and roll it.
Yeah. So, you know, I've been to some venues over the years in golf, and they're coming around with wagons full of the stuff on the back, and look, then you can tons of the stuff.
Yeah.
You might make a little difference to it, but no one's carrying tons of sand on the back of the van, are they? Even a bricklayer. Like.
There's no way you're getting an 8-wheel lorry reversing across a pitch in Garden.
No.
You'd never get out.
No, and even I don't want a game on that much.
No. 20 ton of sand, like, tipped on the touchline. Yeah, imagine that. Got to shovel it all out on a Friday night.
You're right enough, though. I do think sometimes people are quite happy for games to be off nowadays, though.
Yeah, I think so. You do come across it a lot more. Like, we had a problem in Cairo with the drainage down one side of the field. The fire brigade used to come up and pump it out for us.
Oh, right.
We do everything to get a game on. You know?
It's funny that we were down at Dennis Powis on Saturday, and I was telling the guys there, the far end, the river end at Dinas was the worst in the winter for flooding. And this is back when we were top of the first division of the Welsh League. And remember going down there twice this happened, but the one day got there with Mark Jones, who was manager at the time, Jonah. And we stood on the halfway line and he went, it's off in it. And there was just water everywhere. And I don't know why, it was something in my head. I went, now we'll get this on now, right? So we had a proper supporters club. Like, they paid fees to be in their little club and all that. There was about 20 of them, right? Fair play. Within an hour, we had about 20 people on the pitch, all with buckets and bins, makeshift buckets. And we were just scooping water, taking it over beyond the barrier, trucking it out, and we got the game on. It took 20 people 6 hours. So think how much water we moved.
I can imagine, yeah.
And we did it again about 5 weeks later. Do you know what I mean? So when you've got a club like you described at Kylie, where everyone's in it together, they will do things like that, whereas other clubs, you haven't got one person to stick a fork in the ground sometimes.
Yeah, it was basically there's a fire station just across the valley, and I think one of the committee men gone over.
Yeah.
So they were bored.
Just got a pub.
Can only play enough pool, can't they, and darts.
Yeah.
So they thought, we'll come over and help the boys out.
They bought
water out.
They bought a pump when we were across a Ceiliog.
Yeah.
Because there was a river nearby. So the thought was, we'll pump it, if it's ever like that, we'll just pump it into the river. You need someone willing to go and fucking do that.
Yeah, I know. That's another thing.
So they had this pump no fucking ever used.
Yeah, you've got to have a journey, you know what I mean? Petrol.
Just had a flashback. Do you remember when it snowed? We were across a Ceiliog, right? And I think we were supposed to play Cumbrae Town, local derby the next day.
Yeah.
Snowball that deep. So I've gone, come on, we'll fucking clear that.
Let it go.
About 6 of us have gone down shovels. But the thought was, we'll roll massive snowballs and they get bigger and bigger. They take the snow with them, innit, right?
I like that.
So anyway, we've done a couple of them. After about 40 minutes, 6 of us, we've looked around and we've gone, we've done nothing here. We haven't even got an area big enough to warm up on yet, right? So we went, it's not going to happen, lads. Should we go and have a pint? But there was one of the committee in the clubhouse across a Ceiliog on the far end, just standing in the window, pissing himself laughing.
About 6 pints watching us.
What are these dickheads doing out here? We, honest to God, I don't think we wouldn't have cleared an area as big as this room.
You saying that though? We had that way across the Ceiliog. When STM were playing still in the Welsh League, I remember going on a 3G.
Yeah.
Kevin Russell was reffing and going down, and the pitch was covered in snow. And we got one of those little, what is it? It's not a 4x4, it's a bit bigger. And he said, we'll get this on now. You drive, I'll go on the back, cleared the entire pitch. The referee, cleared the entire pitch, sat on the back of this trailer. Well, come on, we'll get a game on, no problem.
All the rubber crumb had gone with the snow.
Yeah, fuck all rubber crumb left, it's all on the sides.
I'd be alright with the snow, I think, now, because I keep my JCB, I drive JCB up in Wenville, in the council yard there, and they've just had their winter salt delivered, so...
It'll be alright.
Yeah, I'll salt it.
Right, listen, I'm going to turn away from the camera to you. For fuck's sake, don't put salt all over the grass.
Dry it out.
He'd be fucking dead by the time March comes around.
We'll get a game on, no?
Yeah, you'll play that day, you'll just have to hire a 3G for the rest of the season.
You know, saying there as well with the fire brigade, where they've come and they've pumped it away.
Yeah.
I know places the other way round where the pitches have been bone dry, where there's been cracks. Where the fire brigade, because they've had fuck all to do, have turned up and have just hose piped it.
Well, that's another thing.
Actual Forest have had that once or twice from down below the ground. Long time ago now. I'm not aware of it recently, but they've done that a couple of times, like a training thing. Just water the pitch for them.
Yeah, we played Treforest last week, or the week before. Sorry. Lost in the cup. We did 2-0, 2 late goals.
Was he in the dugout or was he on all day again, Dean? Fucking Judith Chalmers.
He's in the dugout, was he?
Yeah.
Trying any wind-ups on you?
No, not at all. But I was more...
Of course, you're the other side of it.
Yeah, you are, yeah. I'm more angry with my own players. It was one of them games where, again, physically we were better. we had so many entries into the final third.
Yeah.
There's just no cutting edge on the
Yeah.
day. Frustrating, very frustrating. But you know, when you lose a game and you play okay, you know, in say like 75% of the game, you know, it's when you're 25%, 10%. You know, you're not doing enough in games again, well beaten. You know, so I'm not too downhearted. You know, it'll come.
Yeah.
It'll come again.
So how's the team been developing? Because you brought some more. You already had some good players, but you brought some.
We brought Dav Owen in. He's a very good player, Dav. But we lost Jay Williams, who was our Players Player of the Year last year. He's decided to take a break for personal reasons.
Yeah.
Hopefully, there's rumours he's coming back after Christmas. Okay. Hopefully, losing him was a big blow because a lot of tactically we used him a lot. He was very good in the air.
Yeah.
Very strong on the ball. A very good player. Very, very good.
Yeah.
So we had to adapt a bit then with our midfield because we had a very good, well-balanced midfield. Now, back in the day, they played two midfielders and they usually have a kicker and a ball player, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
But now, you know, you've got to get a balance between the three.
Yeah.
And sometimes it stands out, doesn't it, if you haven't got the right balance.
We had the problem at Lanrumney with a lad that used to play down here, actually. We had Jordan Mortimer playing up front. He was incredible. But when we lost him, there aren't two Jordan Mortimers around at that level of football. So the way we used to play had to completely change because he wasn't there anymore.
It's the same. We lost Jensen, my son, as well. You know, and he was one of our best players last season, and he was our set piece, main set piece threat, you know.
Yeah,
you know,
he would score the worldie the other day.
He scored
on Twitter.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's doing well at Kevin Cribu, to be fair. The two games I've seen when we haven't had a game, he's a man of the match. So, yeah, he's a big loss. So, you know, I'd like to sign a player of that ilk, if you know what I mean. A left footer on the right hand side who can play on the left as well, you know, and in the middle, sort of a 10 role. Yeah. There's not many about, you know.
There's not many genuine 10s around, I don't think. There's some lazy fucking bastards that call themselves 10s.
I know what you mean, yeah.
But they're not actually 10s.
They basically play as a striker, don't they?
I play midfield, but I don't want to run back.
That's him. Well, in my first season, you know, that was a problem, laziness. You know, players weren't turning up training and were unfit. I basically had to go to the second team and drag Scott Richards out of the seconds and make him my captain. Yeah. Because he had the right character and everything. Yeah, right attitude. And he was improving as a player, and he's like quite popular around the club. Yeah. And I just thought I got to change something, and I even had to bring in another lad from the seconds just to show, put him on the bench against Court Rowling, just to show some of the younger lads what it means to play for the badge. Yeah. He comes on, he starts kicking people about, like, you know. Didn't make a difference. Jack Toomey, his name is, and you know, that was the problems I had in the first season. Right. Do you know what I mean? And Scott then was my captain for 2 seasons, and he improved massively as a player.
Does it make you more grateful for what you've got now in terms of the spirit, the ability? You know, you've got a good squad there.
Yeah.
Having gone through what you've Do you think back to that sometimes?
All the time.
If you have a shit day, you're thinking...
All the time.
Yeah, but remember when we lost
Remember Nelson, remember? All the time, honestly. I think back to that first season and how hard it was. You're trying to... I don't like using the word, but you're trying to change the culture, you know?
Culture is everything we talk about.
Change the culture of the football side of it. Yeah. Social side, I'm not interested. Let them get on with it. Yeah. Football side... You know, that culture has to change. Yeah. And it's had a knock-on effect. It's changed in the seconds as well. Yeah. I've had youth boys training with us, and they are starting to buy into it, you know.
I know exactly what you mean, because we got Plummer now, this manager at Lanrumney, first team level, new second team manager as well. And that's what they're doing, is changing the culture.
Yeah, you got to.
They're more concerned with the culture being right than picking the best left back.
I know what you mean.
You know, do you know what I mean? Or the best right winger, or whatever the case may be.
It's
like.
culture and it's character. For me, like you got to have a player who wants to work, who wants to improve, who wants to win a game of football.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, rather than sorry, we've got another game next week. Rather than that attitude.
So what's the ambition here then?
At the moment, I'd love to get out of this division into the Prem where you boys are.
Yeah.
And then have a crack at that.
Okay.
Have a crack at that. But this season is going to be tough.
Yeah.
You know, it's a very good.
There's some good teams.
Oh, it's very good.
Some good teams
If you
in the
look,
league, yeah.
I got my right hand man Geraint, the lad I was on about earlier.
He's one of the ones that sent a question in, by the way,
Oh,
about memorable games.
right. Oh, we got a few. Yeah, me and him. He went through. To be fair, he's been here from day one with me, you know.
Is he?
And the reason I got him in is he's one of these. He's a bit of a football nerd, whereas he knows every ref. He knows every transfer that's going on.
Yeah.
He knows, you know, that side of it. He's brilliant. Do you know, if I need to find something out, he's on it straight away.
You've
got to have something like that.
Yeah. So I had him with me to do that, and I knew he's loyal as well. He's as loyal as a cowing sheepdog is.
I recognised the surname. It's relative of his used to be.
Halstead, yeah, his dad was involved, yeah. His whole family's been involved in
I
this stuff.
tell you how I know that name, because he got involved with Tata Steel then, didn't
Yes, that's right, yeah. Martin, yeah, that's right.
Long time ago now.
Yeah.
I interviewed for the job down here. Long time ago.
Manager job.
Yeah. So I would have been, fucking hell.
Was that after
Jesus.
Steve Lewis, was it? And Neville.
Geez, do you know what? I would have been in my late 20s. I was
Was
really
it?
coaching. I was with Dennis Powys at the time when we were in the first division of the Welsh League.
Yeah.
And so Jesus, I would have been 28, 29, something like that. But I was already in coaching.
Oh,
so I
good,
stopped
yeah.
playing.
You wanted to be number one, didn't you?
Yeah, but do you know what? I can't remember who they did appoint, but it would have been right, because back then the only players I knew were First Division Welsh League
Yeah.
for money. So I would not have been the right guy to have come here.
I know what you mean, yeah.
Because,
Well,
it just wouldn't have been the right
that's
fit.
another thing. It took me 6 months to get used to the league and how teams play and everything. And I started working out how to win games of football.
Yeah. Well, he played in goals when we went to Llanrumney. They were in Alliance 2 at the time. And he was playing in goals. Ben Stitfel was manager. I was just watching the league generally.
Yeah.
Just going like, what's the fucking crack with you? Because this is very different to what I'm used to.
Yeah, 100%.
Just sussing it out. Do you know what I mean? And in the end, we settled on, don't let the other team behind your back four. Get behind their back four and dead balls. And the rest is waffle.
Yeah, well.
And that was what we settled on.
Do you know what it was? The biggest thing for me, right, is discipline.
Yeah.
Giving cheap free
Especially
kicks away.
nowadays as well, free kicks, but also nowadays blue cards.
Yeah,
That's killing Llanrumney at the moment. Blue cards every week.
There was one on Saturday, watching Llanrumney's game. Treorchy's goalkeeper, ref, that's offside. Guys had a shot at the bar. Ref, that's offside. Stop the game. Yellow card. The keeper's going, what? Off. So the goalkeeper had to go and stand on the touchline for 10 minutes while the right back went in goals.
I don't agree with that blue card at all. I think it's nonsense.
My issue with the blue card, I'm not against.
It's not consistent.
I'm not against blue card, right? My issue with it is, like we were talking to Brian James last week, so by the time this episode comes out, that one will already have come out as well. So Brian was a top referee in Wales, Welsh Prem.
Oh, yeah.
Just an all-round really nice guy as well.
Yeah.
And this week, the guy will get a blue card for ref, that's offside. And next week, or like we had the other week when we played Porthcawl, the centre-back calls the voluntary linesman an effing cheating C, and the ref put his arm around him and had a laugh with him. That's the problem I got with it.
Totally
Is I
agree.
actually agree with the blue card as long as it, like, look, that is genuine dissent. It's not appealing. It's
got to be transparent as well.
It's genuine dissent at the referee. Look, no problem.
Yeah.
I think it would help the problem that the game has. But that was always my worry when it came in, is that you get the odd one that's a little bit hungry for the power, and they just go, you looked in my direction, I have one of them.
But here's a perfect example for you then, right? So the Treorchy captain goalkeeper in the first half appeals, like he did, yellow card, sin bin. 20 minutes later, the Llanrumney goalkeeper does exactly the same thing, says nothing, and there's a guy stood in front of the stand saying, referee, how is that any different? And he just looked at him and carried on playing. And it's so the same scenario.
We'd be asking the same question, wouldn't we?
Same scenario, 20
100%.
minutes apart.
100%.
Because it obviously was becoming a terrible problem, wasn't it? And that's at all levels.
Yeah. Oh, dissent. Yeah, it was. I agree.
And I actually think if administered properly, it would make us, the coaches, drill it into the players more than if it's just a yellow card.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but that's always the problem in it, is if someone takes it too far, and then it makes a mockery out of the law, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Going back to like how to win games at that level.
Yeah.
The discipline thing, the big thing with me was giving free kicks away, because the majority of the goals we were conceding from set pieces, where they were launching a ball in a box,
right.
or cheap corners when you can kick it out into touch, and teams were bigger than us at that point. Yeah. We didn't have many boys who were strong in the air.
Right.
So that was a big thing, and I sort of drummed it into them. Now it's one of our strengths.
Yeah.
You know, I just say stand up, don't make a tackle if you don't need to, get them facing the wrong way.
Yeah.
We defend deep, because most teams are long ball.
Yeah.
And if they get in behind you, obviously, there's always at least two players in a forward line who are quick on the opposition. Yeah. They've all got this one or two tricky players, and they are lightning quick. Yeah. So I do encourage to defend deep. Well, I tell them, that's the line we defend from here. And then, but when we turn the ball over, we get high. Yeah. And we try and keep them there.
How do your lads respond to that defending deep thing? Because every single time we lose at the moment, it's because of that.
Too deep. Everyone.
And you're thinking, well, we weren't too deep when we won 5 in a row a few weeks ago. Why are we too deep now?
Honest to God, right? I got a sweeper. I put Madden Wood, who's probably my best player. Yeah. You know, since I've been here. He is lightning quick. Yeah. I mean, he's the quickest thing I've seen on a football pitch. He's as quick as Johnny Hood was back in the day. Well, when we do get high and try and keep a team there, when he's there, he's a bit of an insurance policy. Yeah. But I don't, but when we're trying to win the ball back, I do prefer us to be deeper because I want to counter them then, if you know what I mean. And take advantage of our strengths.
Because they've come up the pitch, haven't they? They're not sat in.
And when we started winning games and they could see what I was on about, it got better.
We went through a similar journey at Pencoed last year. There's that couple of games, it was like, oh, they're not sure about this because we made a big change. And then all of a sudden we won a couple of big games and they were like, I quite enjoy beating Port Talbot. Yeah. Things like that. And then they started buying into it.
That's still, we still play this the same way. I don't see any reason to change it, because I think last season I take notes after every game, all the goals scored against us, blah, blah. And then I think it was something like, I worked it out with a calculator, it was like 65% of the goals were set pieces against us. Do you know what I mean?
Jesus.
Do you know what I mean?
That'd break my heart.
Couple were penalties. Because...
What am I like when we concede off a corner? It doesn't matter if we win now, I'm fuming.
But when I'm the same. And when we signed Rhys Thomas, it changed, it improved. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And we had this boy Lionel back, Michael Evans, who was very good in the air. Yeah. And then sort of things started improving from that point of view, because you got better... we got better boys, more physical boys.
And then when you get one or two boys that go and do that, it makes other people
lift their level.
Lift it a bit, then
we
it
wouldn't have,
start.
and with Michael Evans, we wouldn't have won the league
Yeah.
if he didn't come back and play for us, because he scored a winner against Kyra in injury time, coming on a sub, header, and he also scored down in Tartar as well, and that was late on.
The big goals then.
Yeah, big goals. You know, without them points, we don't win the league.
So we're hitting a few more. You mentioned Jack Toomey earlier on, so I got some questions here that he very sneakily sent to us on DM so that you wouldn't see him.
Who's that, Jack?
Jack Toomey. So he wants to know the best player you've played against, first of all.
Against. The best player I've played against, I would like to say Chris Summers, even though he was getting on.
He was unbelievable.
Yeah, even though he was getting on, it's just the way he moved and glided across it. Even in his 30s.
I got to coach him when he was 36, and he was unbelievable then.
Yeah, he's probably, in terms of ability, I'd say he's the best striker I've played against.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Obviously, I've played against some good midfielders, you know, and had good defenders, but in terms of, and I also say Jeff White was a handful. Yeah, when he was younger.
Totally different players, aren't they, mine?
I played, Jeff.
Totally different.
Totally, yeah. I played with Jeff for the South Wales FA as well.
Yeah.
Played with him and against him, and I did. He was a good player. He had long legs and he was hard to get around him. And
he's still a handful though.
Yeah, I know. He's still playing now. He's a good lad as well. I like him.
Yeah, I keep buying cars from him. For about $2,000 more than I should be fucking paying, Jack.
And another one was a guy in local football, right, around here. His name was Lee Anderson. He played for Llangollen Rangers. Right. Up in the mice, and he sort of aerially. I never ever played against a player who dominated me heading the ball. I was good in the air. It was one of my strengths.
Did you ever play against Jordan Mortimer, who played here?
Yeah.
Played at Betis?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Forbesy, absolute monster.
Absolute beast.
Yeah.
But he was better with his feet than in the air. He was 6'4", but better with his feet.
Yeah, I knew a few players who were like 6'4", 5", couldn't head the ball. But this
he could head it, but with his feet, he was people would expect him to be a donkey.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
And it'd come into him, and he'd sort of shift his, and he'd send someone for a hot dog at 6'4", like.
So he had that mad technique we talked about the Willow had, didn't he? Where he could instep. Yeah. He could hit a ball with his instep harder than I can kick you with my laces.
So who's the best team you played against then, you reckon?
Best team. That's a tough one. Played against Lido in the Welsh Cup when they were.
Welsh Premier.
Yeah. And Hoodie played for him.
Yeah,
he's playing against us. Yeah. So they were a good side. They had Mumford in midfield who was just pinging the ball around for fun.
And physical team as well back then. Yeah. Paul Evans would have been playing as well.
Yeah,
maybe.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hoodie was on the right hand side, if I remember rightly. He hated playing against us, so.
Yeah, I can imagine.
He's a kind of boy, but.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I maybe that side I'd say was the best.
Doesn't surprise me. And then Jack sent 3 questions in. So the first 2 were quite serious. I get the impression there's a story behind this one. He says, who's your favourite player from the 3rd team?
It's got to be him, innit?
He's just sent a load of laughing emojis.
No, it's got to be him. He's a good lad, he is. He wears his heart in his sleeve. He's a good lad. You know, he's a solid defender as well. And he's a good one. He's a good one.
You mentioned Ian Rees earlier, didn't you?
Sarge, yeah.
So we got a question from Ian as well. So you played a lot of football. Who's the best centre-half you played alongside?
Played alongside?
Yeah. Because centre-backs, even now, partnerships are important.
Oh, massive, yeah. The ones I'm developing here. I'd say the best centre-back I've played with is probably Menks, Steve Jenkins. But the best partner I had was Toasty, Richard Stevens. Why was that?
Is that just because you complemented each other?
Yeah, and we played together a long time. Menks was good, but I played with Menks in sort of a 3.
Yeah.
Do you know what
I know exactly what you mean.
And then,
there's not many people watching this that even know what I'm talking about now, but like, you know, junior football, youth football, senior football, played with some players that were far better than me as a front 2. I always say my best strike partner was a guy called Martin Carey that I used to play Sunday football with. Like, in Cardiff.
Great guy, wasn't he?
Because he was just everything I wasn't, he was.
That's
Do you know what I mean? So he'd work the line, he'd win flick-ons, he'd hold it up, and I'm just poaching around in the penalty area.
It was the same with me and Richard, me and Toasty. It was I'd be the one that'd go and win a ball, attack a ball. He'd sit back. He could ping a ball 60 yards. He had a hell of a right foot on him. He could literally kick it box to box.
Yeah.
You know, and he liked that side of the game. He liked sweeping.
Yeah, it's a nice. And then I imagine for you could just go and be an aggressive. Then,
yeah,
you know he's there.
But he was also very good in the air as well.
Yeah.
You know, and he had that nasty side about him. But he was a good player, good footballer.
Yeah.
So
he's getting the points.
He's my best partner.
And then Ian says, we pretty much saw you run through brick walls to get to the ball. What's the worst injury you picked up?
Oh, it's probably
because playing the game the way you played the game, you must have picked up a few.
In my last season, I dislocated my shoulder down in Tartar and my elbow in Pontypridd against on Anisle Park.
Yeah.
And well,
that's
what probably he's on about.
What did you do to it? Like dislocated or?
Yeah, my elbow sort of come out.
Yeah.
And it was strange. My adrenaline, I cleared the ball off a line and I just got straight up. I thought, my arm don't feel right. I ran over, I tried taking a throw in.
Yeah.
And I realised then, and then the pain hit.
I never realised how bad dislocating something was.
Oh, yeah.
Until Chris Summers dislocated his elbow down at Cwmbran, playing for Aberhaman, the year he won the league. And he was out for about 5 months with it, but he was in agony. I never realised how bad that was.
It was, yeah. But it was strange for me. It was more of the feeling, if you know what I mean. It felt horrible.
Yeah.
And then, but
you had adrenaline there.
Adrenaline, yeah. I got up and I went, like I say, that's what he's probably on about. I went to take the throw in.
Hang on a minute.
I picked the ball up like that.
You fucking centre half to do that.
I picked the ball up and I was holding the ball like that. It was, and then obviously I realised what I'd done.
Yeah.
And the shoulder popped out in Tartar as well. That was, I shouldn't have, but I stayed on. It was about 10 minutes to go, 50 minutes.
The thing with a shoulder, as much agony as it is, you are able to stay on, aren't you? Ankles and elbows and stuff, you've got no chance. With a shoulder, you just like that, just running around.
The elbow, when I dislocated my elbow, we had a physio bomber, old school. He's a Lido physio as well, he was.
Yeah.
Coloured guy. Do you know, have you ever come across him?
No,
Bombers?
I have actually, no.
Well, he's proper old school, makes up his own potions to put on your legs, you know. He's one of these, like, you know, proper old school. And he popped my elbow back in, just grabbed hold of it and wiggled about till it went, and it was weird. It was like putting a plug in the socket. It just sort of clicked back in. And then the shoulders was pretty much the same. And yeah, that was it. I played next week,
Imagine you tried to put someone's elbow back in.
Right, that's probably...
Rip their fucking arm off. Just rub a load of Vaseline on it.
That's it.
Somebody had a cut, right?
It was Sam Hartree did his hair. He went to hospital and they went, how much Vaseline's in this?
They were like, what fucking idiot put this Vaseline in your hair? Because obviously he was just trying to stop the flow so Sam could carry on. Whereas the hospital's thinking, we've got to clean this shit out now.
I took about half a tub and just went, that'll do.
He was an important player. We needed to keep him on.
It's the same. Talk about bombers. I had a few nasty cuts as well on my eyes. And I had a bad one on top of my head, but there.
Is that from elbows or clashes?
The worst one I had was off like there on the wrist.
Right.
The wrist just, no, not intentional.
Yeah.
I think that was against Pontyclean. And just wouldn't stop bleeding. So I ended up looking like Terry Butcher at the end of it. And Sarge, he's an undertaker. So he said to me, I'll stitch you up, because obviously stitches his body. Yeah. And I said, no, I'm going to the hospital.
You know.
I went to the hospital. And he was a hell of a queue, rugby players.
Yeah, on Saturday afternoon. Like.
I just turned around and walked back out.
Yeah.
And I remember my missus saying, I haven't done anything today. I said, no, they said it'd be all right, just leave it. And I left it. And the scar is just, it's not too bad now, but at
You
the
can
time
only
it was
just about
deep.
see it.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
deep, like.
I got one on my leg on my side of my shin, similar situation. Starting not sitting in hospital for 4 hours.
Yeah, honest to God, just leave it. And that's the way it was then. And I had a bad one on top of my head, but it was literally like a money box, my head was. It was perfect place. You could have put a pound coin in it. He's, you know, Sarge witnessed all them, you know.
Yeah.
And the one...
So that's why he's asking then.
Yeah, he's probably saying which is my favourite. Like,
Yeah.
And he's the one where I had a bad cut on the eye, the Pontyclean one. Bombers, he'd been, as the game was stopped, as it looked into my eye, he'd rubbed Vic onto a player's top, as they do, don't he?
Yeah.
Chucked it on, he'd come up, started treating my eye, put Vic in the cut.
Oh, lovely.
I bet that felt
honest to
amazing.
God, my eye was watering, and this guy was playing up front for him, thought I was crying.
Lovely. I've never done that, have you?
No.
No, honest.
So, so do you enjoy coaching, managing as much as you did playing?
No.
It's totally different, isn't it?
Yeah, totally different. I wouldn't even compare them, to be honest. It's I'd say winning as a manager is a better feeling. Not that winning as a player ain't
How long
better
have you been
feeling.
doing it?
3 years.
I got bad news for you.
Guess worse, sir.
That wears off.
Is it?
Yeah.
Do you know what?
Especially having had a bit of success like you have.
Yeah.
Over time, it's like, do you know what? It's like what people tell me drug addiction is like. You know, after a while you can't get the high. You just take it to not being a low.
Yeah, I know.
That's what it gets like. You've got a few years left.
Oh, cheers, yeah. I look forward to that.
I don't really enjoy the wins anymore, but I still feel the fucking defeats as bad as ever.
The defeats. Honest to God, the defeats ruin my weekend.
Yeah.
And sometimes my week.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
I hate losing at the best of times, you know.
Yeah.
Even as a player. I can remember giving a penalty away in the last... It was my phone. No, I'm sorry, but I thought it was on silent.
We should
Yeah.
have done the drill at the start, shouldn't we? Fire exits are over there and there.
It's gotta be, that'd be a fight. My players will find me for that now.
Well, we make sure we leave it in then.
Yeah, fucking
He's going to get a fine. Goes in the social fund.
Yeah, what was I saying then? Yeah, I remember giving a penalty away against Goitra Gwent, and I thought it cost us promotion. But luckily, the week after, I gave this penalty away. Thought it cost us promotion. Luckily, the week after, we had to beat 3-0 in by 7 goals.
Right.
It's the worst week I've had. That's the only time where, as a player, I cried. Right?
Yeah.
I went home and I cried on my missus' shoulder. I was gutted. I said, it cost us promotion. Imagine what that feels like. All week, I rang Menks, who was the manager then, to apologise to players. And it wasn't really an intentional penalty. The guy, I thought he took a bit of a...
Stop you there. Do you know what's coming yet? Do you remember what happened?
He remembered now.
As soon as you've said that, I've gone, oh shit, yeah.
What a story.
I just wanted to know if you remembered this, because I think we were Crossy at the time when this happened. Go on.
This was my lottery win, this was basically. Yeah, so through the week we trained, 7 goals, you know, we're just going to have to play 2-3-5 or something like, you know. On a Friday night, it was whispers going around that they were struggling for a team. On a Saturday, they turned up and basically 75% of the first team had gone on a stag do.
Yeah.
They had youth boys in, second team players in.
Yeah.
I can't remember, I think we were 5-0 up by half time.
Yeah.
And
Was it 13 in the end?
yeah, we ended up winning. I missed a penalty in the last minute. They said, let it take it. And
Lucky you won
the
6-0.
keeper, not only was he a youth team player, he wasn't even a keeper. He'd gone in because the keeper got injured.
So it was 13
and he saved
nil,
it.
wasn't it?
Yeah, 13 I think. It was
So
might be 14.
I think,
Yeah,
so
13.
to fill out the story for those who don't know it, Sean Wharton's manager at Goitra, Gwent, yeah?
Yeah. No, Nathan Blake or...
They were a pair. So
Yeah,
Blake
that's
was
it, Blakey,
his
yeah.
assistant. So,
Call me a donkey.
and they won the cup, didn't they, from Division 3?
Yeah.
And then they beat you. And I think they'd actually had their presentation where they'd celebrated promotion and the cup.
Yeah.
I could be wrong with that. But it was either that or it was that night.
Yeah, they drew
or something like that.
They drew with us, and that's all they needed.
And then you've got them.
Yeah.
Because this was like pre-Welsh League Twitter, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
This was message boards.
Oh, there was no social media.
And the message boards murdered you, didn't they?
Yeah, oh yeah.
And they murdered Trio in.
Yeah.
For weeks. There was
There
controversy.
was effects and all that.
They'd given them money and all that.
Oh, yeah,
from it. Yeah.
Basically, the head of the FAW, Guy Griff, who was the chairman of
He was
Meister
my
Park.
stay, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
at the time he was the top dog in FAW. He was there, he used to come and watch us a lot. He was there, so he basically said, I haven't witnessed any foul play. None at all. It was basically luck that we wouldn't have beaten their first team
No.
13-0.
No.
I think we lost up there earlier in the season. It was a tough place to go. And so that is the story. It's some story, mate. And that's one of the most enjoyable games of football I've ever had. All I did.
Bet the clubhouse must have been.
And that was a night Man United played Barcelona at Wembley in Champions League final.
Right,
so we were all watching. I remember.
That's when we
That was a great night. That was
when we come
wonderful
back
night.
from, Newcastle Emlyn, wasn't it?
I think it was, yeah.
Because I vaguely remember, you or someone else told me that someone was obviously at the game because someone had said to me, you were winning 5-0. You were winning 5-0 at half time.
It was a hell of a crowd there.
Well, yeah, Goitra and Cross Acadia were very close, weren't they? So there's probably people from Goitra there.
Oh, there was loads there. There was hell of a crowd there, and as the goals went in, you're buying cans in it from the thing, and our
so when it's
supporters
gone
were
like
going mental.
10-0, have you thought to yourself, I am going to have some night?
I was loving it, and I think I maybe touched the ball 10 times, 15, between 10 and 15 times, just past it Woody or Dale Price, and let him go and score a goal,
So what do you reckon? Last couple of questions that we've had from Paul Wiseman. Wouldn't usually allow a fucking referee to ask some questions, but he's all right. And
He's my ex-coach, yeah.
He's a coach as well, so we'll let him off. But so if you were playing today, how do you reckon you'd get on?
Today,
Because obviously today's game is slightly different, isn't it?
It's not 4-4-2 anymore for a start, is it?
No.
We were ahead of our time.
Forward, instead of two.
Yeah, I think I'd be alright. I'd cope. I think I'd adapt.
Yeah.
I was pretty, I took pride in defending.
Yeah.
And I loved the tactical side of the game.
Yeah.
I learned that off Menks.
Yeah.
We'd look at the game, analyse. He's one of the best I've seen.
Yeah.
And change something. We put Johnny Hood sweeper, and everyone's thinking, why are you putting one of our best forward sweeper? He'd run the game from sweeper, he would. He'd pick a ball up
sure he would.
and run 60 yards.
Just a footballer.
It was the best move. Because Toasty'd gone to work in Saudi Arabia for 6 months, so that's my partner gone.
Yeah.
So he changed to a 3. He brought the fullback in to play alongside me, Hoodie as a sweeper, and barely seen Hoodie. He's running a game from sweeper.
But the
bit of a genius
teams used
move.
to do that with footballers. Do you remember Porth did it with Bambi, didn't they?
Yeah.
And he's so quick.
Like Bambi was obviously coming towards the end of his playing days, but he was just streets ahead of everyone in sweeper,
And
So last question though, right again from Paul. He says, "How's the stopwatch?"
he gives me he laughs at me because I always got a stopwatch. I don't like wearing a watch.
Fucking Alex Ferguson.
No, I tuck it in usually, but I don't like wearing wristwatches for the time.
Yeah.
So I like the stopwatch.
Do you know what I'm going to stick up for you?
He bought me one. He did.
I'm going to stick up for you. Yeah, is that the way I do it? Is it's on my phone. I don't think that's a great look.
No, I don't like that.
Looking at a phone because people think I'm checking the football
I don't
scores or
like that,
something.
no.
I'm looking how long's left. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I've got you down as right doing that.
Yeah.
I just haven't got a stopwatch.
I use it in training as well because you can set it to if you're doing 2.5 minute blocks on a drill.
Yeah.
It'll go beep beep beep. The next one's going in. I set it.
So you've got a stopwatch. Tell me you haven't got a clipboard.
No.
That's all right then.
I got one in the house, but I don't bring it to the game. I got a notebook.
Oh, yeah.
Where I jot stuff
Yeah,
down,
most-
like, you know.
most people got that,
And I think I've got 3 of them now from since I've been here.
Yeah.
I got notes from day one, basically. So I always do look back if I need to.
Yeah.
But you got comment now as well, man.
Yeah, yes, very true. You said it true.
That is one of the best things about, I think.
As long as you're properly. There's still a lot of, I mean, junior side, you see a load of people who, they don't even bother. So you look at a result and say, oh, that's so-and-so's won 3-0, and then at the end of the game, they've gone, oh yeah, we've won 7-3. You know, I think I sent you today. Do you reckon that'll take off?
What was that? What have you sent me today?
With the manager in the dugout with a GoPro camera on his head.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like when they go like he's literally going on there.
No way. You know the cyclists, they have GoPro on their helmet like that. But he sent me a photo today. There was a manager in a dugout with a GoPro on his head like that.
Brilliant.
Well, listen, no one's ever going to make up a story about what you said, are they?
And why is he on about a stopwatch?
I know, yeah. Enjoy the light at the GoPro, like.
Yeah, it's I wouldn't GoPro. I definitely wouldn't do that. Another good thing about modern football, VO as well. I think a VO is good.
No, I'm not having it.
Don't I get you?
I saw that. I sent it to you, didn't I?
Don't I get you?
Saturday morning, I saw that in a kids under 14s game.
A kids game. I wouldn't have a
messaged
kids
him
game.
straight away saying, fuck this.
I wouldn't have a kids game. No, 100%. I quite like it. The reason being, right, if you got it and, you know, you drop a play for a reason, he goes against it, says, no, that didn't happen, this, that and the other. It's good for that. Like.
And you know the other thing, the other bit of defence I'm going to give you is that you've said, like, you believe in training twice a week. If you're doing 3 hours a week training with teams, 2 different sessions, I think you can probably use the footage. If you've got half a pitch for 1 hour on a fucking Thursday, by the time you've warmed up and done a bit of a drill, like you ain't working on watching a fucking VO for.
If we had VO, all right, I wouldn't use it for training. I'd just use it in a game. I back myself in training.
No, I don't mean watching training.
Ah, right.
I mean, so if you watch something and identify something that happened on Saturday, you're training twice a week. You've got a chance to say, okay, well, we're going to build that up over the week.
Oh, we always do.
If you've got 1 hour on half a fucking 3G with no goalkeeper in training, what are you working on, really?
Yeah. But me and Simon Floyd, who's the head coach here, and Christian Gavin, I've known them 25 years. Yeah. So I waited for Simon to become available to get him in. He's come in, we plan our sessions, he speak to me if we're training on Tuesday, he speak to me on a Monday, what are we going to do tomorrow, this happens Saturday, work on something in transition, you know, there's so much you can do, and we try to make it game related, rather than, our boys is a ball, so have a kick about for an hour.
Yeah, no, 100%, but I find when you've only got a small little allocation of time, it's more general stuff. So if you want, like you've said, you know, defend deep, so we'll do a load of things that include defending quite deep. If you want to play on the break, you do a lot of stuff on fast break generally, but not
getting defenders to
if you've got them twice a week,
hit that pass.
I used to do this at Cymraeg Celtic, but ever encountered Della Chidi as coach? Amazing coach, amazing. We'd have them twice a week, so Della would build up through the week. So we'd do this bit on the Tuesday, that bit on the Thursday. So make a big difference then if you're watching a video. Do you know what I mean? So it's not for me. So, right, final question, right? And we're going to speak into the camera with this one. Done well to come on. You've obviously been a while since we first spoke about you coming on. After we played you pre-season, and one of your players asked me to show him my medals.
Really?
Oh,
right. Fuck.
Because we won the league.
I remember you saying that. He looked at me and he said, show me your fucking medals.
You didn't know who he was. Like.
He was about 22 this
I remember, what you were saying about it.
Anyway, last question, right? You've come on, we've had a good old chat here, and it's been great to see the clubhouse again. It's years since we've been down here.
Yeah.
Years. I reckon it must have been the Welsh League days.
No, I've been here.
Oh no, Lanrimney. Second division.
I've been here with Lanrimney. I've been to watch games when we weren't playing.
Is that also amateur league as well? Because they won the amateur league, obviously, to go up.
Oh no, I came here then, but the last time I was here thinking about it was
Welsh.
the year we won the second division with Lanrimney. Yeah. Because we came down here
midweek.
United, yeah. the week before or the week of the game where we had to play Aberfan in a title decider, because they were down, you're hoping that you'd just kick the smoke out of us, ready for the Saturday, and it didn't happen. But anyway, last question. You've come on, we've had a good old chat. What do you make of Mark Powell refusing to come on?
Mark Powell.
Won't come
I'm
on.
surprised. I'm surprised with that because he'd like
disappointing.
He'd like a camera, Powell, didn't he? Old Mark.
I'm not buying you a pint anymore.
You know what I mean?
He likes a camera, Powell. So I'm surprised.
I even offered to put a mirror there so he could look at himself.
Yeah.
Through. Do you know what I mean?
I'm surprised. Yeah. I'm surprised.
We'll keep trying.
Series 2.
Yeah. There's a few good people I could recommend to come on.
Oh, that's the beauty, I think.
Characters, like, you know.
I think that's the beauty of football in South Wales. We could have 20 series and not run out.
No.
So we're coming towards the end of first series now.
I know, yeah.
To do.
To be fair,
there'll be 16 episodes in the first series. We could run 20 series and still.
Oh yeah, not even
easy peasy.
scratch the
Find
surface.
someone else.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Great people.
Plenty of characters about.
Tomorrow's one will be funny.
When you had Derek Brazil on, I thought, Christ, I got a lot to live up to here. Because I remember watching Derek. I was 15 years old the year they won Division 3. Remember that was stamped?
I do.
And he was a good player,
Stamp.
Derek Brazil, very good player. And
Don't say that. He watches it.
it's mad to think that he come from Man United, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he got a funny voice now. He got half Irish, half Welsh voice. His accent.
He lives in Barry now.
Barry.
Yeah. He'd be talking like fucking Nessa and Dave Coaches now.
But he's with Ponty now, is he?
No, Trey Thomas, director of football.
Oh, that's right.
Thomas.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, fair play.
Yeah, well, you might get him one day if you keep on driving.
Hoodies in Tritonas, with Evo. Good lad, Evo as well.
Yeah, hopefully they manage to turn it around.
Yeah.
Listen, it's been a pleasure.
It's
We've
been
waited a
brilliant.
while, but I've really enjoyed talking to you. Thanks very much.
All the best, boys.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you very much.